So YouTube, this is going to be my next chapter. I dragged my forms over on the old float that I got. I got a basket and I only have one basket, so I load the basket manually and then I lift the basket into the foundation and I'll start to build my corners and my walls, and I'll show you my process and how I do that step. I'm going to show you the process of building my foundation, putting the gravel around, the tile drain, the sump pump hole, the drain inside. There's quite a few steps I'll show you, so keep following me, guys. So YouTube, I showed you what a 10-inch tie is. These are 8-inch ties. So you use 8-inch ties on 2x6 walls. My 10-inch tie in front is for a 2x6 wall and brick. Except I got a secret up my sleeve for this house. I'm framing my entire house in 2x8 walls, but only my living quarters. My garage I'm going to put 2x6 walls because I'm not heating my garage. I will insulate it and I will drywall it, and it will be like, well, not as cold as outside. I'm going to start on that corner. I always start on a corner. I don't know how other people do their foundations. This is how I do mine. This is my forever home, and that's why I'm going to frame it out at 2x8 walls. So here's my footings. They're all going to be buried under dirt and all that other stuff. And here's my beginning. So my corner form, that piece of metal there, is 4 inches, and my corner starts 12 inch and 12 inch, and then we put the tie in. There, we'll make it stand up for the beginning. So I got a couple of more forms. I'm gonna put some ties in. You need like 3 guys, 2 hands, a set of monkeys to help you. Anyways, here we go. Got one hook there. Takes a little bit of time to get the darn thing in place. A couple more here. Slide them in. It's always hard to get the beginning started. I'll show you how those keys work when I get down the wall a little bit. Now I'll get 2 more 24-inch panels. I'll get my inside corner. I'll show you the next step. Here's the inside corner, guys. Here's my form. So I put my little key in the right place there. I line them up. And in he goes in the right spot. Now I have the beginning of my inside started. And now I take the corner this way and put on. And now I have my beginning corner. So I use a 12-inch because the wall is 8-inch and my bar is 4-inch. And then my ties hold it together. You can see inside there. Okay. Then I start with a 24 because I'm walking down this wall. Okay. And a 24 and I run down that wall. Okay. And I have an audience. Okay. Now guys, the next step. Grab 3 ties, put the ties in. After you take the cement out of the little crack there. From the last job. Ties go in, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, the little clips there. 1, 2, little clips there. Hello, Raphael. So guys, I'm starting the back corner of the house. This wall is a 8-inch wall because it's my 2x8 wall on top. And so is this wall. So when I start my corner, I'll start with an outside corner thing. I'll have my 12-inch form and my 12-inch form and put my ties in. And then I'll start walking away from that one. I use a 12-inch because the wall is 8 and my corner, inside corner, is 4-inch. So I need my 8 plus 4. So guys, I explained how the ties were before with the form and the key and the 8-inch wall. When they go in, that bump there locks into the form and the other side identical. Okay? So they're in. So when the key goes in to lock them, it's got both of them. So there's a space on them for both. And the second one down, and the bottom one. Okay guys, so this is our tie, this is our lock key. So each slot has a holder for a key depending on which way you're going with your forms. Okay, and this holds the two forms from splitting apart. So they fit in, you use your hammer, and you hook on the key and you can pull the key to you to make it fall into its lock place. And you do that all the way down. 1, 2, 3. So guys, when I built that fancy wall, that's my corner. So I'm supposed to be 4-inch out, 4-inch in. So I gotta move the wall over a little bit.
John?
I have a tire spoon for that. I could probably watch every time I put a form in, but I don't. So YouTube, I bought a couple of new forms. I need new forms for this wall and this wall. And the reason why I need it, I have a bathroom on the landing. I'm raising that wall a foot so I can run the plumbing into that septic box. I have a creek back there which forces me to have a raised bed and a mantle. And my flow from my septic box to my septic bed forces me to stay at that height. So if I raise the wall a foot, I just put a foot more dirt. It's behind the house in the back corner and it'll all slope away. So that's what I have to do because I don't want to pump shit in my septic box that's mounted in the basement into my septic box all the time. So that's why I've raised those two walls. This wall has no window in it, so my concrete in the basement will just be a foot higher on that wall. I don't need to do any structure above a window that's not there. And the wall behind the garage will be a foot higher. It's not a heated garage, so if there's that much more cement sticking out of the ground in the garage when you park your car in, it don't matter. And I'm gonna hide the transition in the far corner. And I'll show you that when I frame it. Foot 2 minus 4 plus 4 for the wall plus 8-inch and 10-inch for the other wall, minus the pin and the thickness of the form. I'm gonna leave my 22 out for a while so I can walk in and out nice and easy. It's just easier instead of jumping over that wall every day, and I want to go inside and I gotta carry in some 2x4s. So my next step will be getting some string, and I'm going to straighten my walls at the bottom first, make my line straight as I can from end to end. Then my next thing is, after my bottom is straight end to end, I'll get a level, and I'll level all my walls up and down so I'm square and straight, and then brace the living heck out of it because cement is heavy. So guys, I take my 2x4s, then I screw into the bottom of the wall and I put my bottom plate on. It really helps to straighten the wall, and then I do my final adjustments, and then I'll brace the wall to make it level. Those are just temporary braces, so I'll take them out and then I'll rebrace. So guys, now I'll use line of sight and I'll look down my wall from end to end, and I'm going to straighten the bottom of my wall in and out until when I look down the wall it'll be perfectly straight. Then my next step is I level the wall in and out. So I eyeball my 2x4 nailed on the bottom, screwed, sorry, and make that perfectly straight, and then I'll level my wall in and out afterwards. So YouTube, got myself my laser level there, and with the laser level I put it on my septic box. My wall is 6 feet, and the height of my septic where I'm going to put my dirt to the form wall, to the top of my foundation actually, is 6 feet. So now that I have that line, I'm going to run along with screws and put screws between every form. That'll be the height that I pour the wall. I'll be able to see the screw inside the wall when I pour. And that's where I'll stop. Then I'll finish it after. So, I'll show you how to put a few screws in. Hey YouTube! That's my garage! My concrete in my garage, my walls are 5 feet, but my garage door is going to be lower than my walls. So I'm going to place some boards on each side so I can lower the concrete inside my garage for my garage pad to go in, and I'm going to lower it a foot. So it'll be a foot lower than the top of my walls. I want it to be a foot lower because my cement will slope upwards in the garage, so anytime the snow falls off the van, it'll flow outside. And I also want my step to only be 1 step in the garage. So a step has to be 8 inches. If my doorway is halfway up my garage, it's 24 feet, and I want a slope of approximately a 1/4 inch foot like plumbing. That'll raise up halfway to approximately 8 inches, and then my floor in my landing is 9 1/4 up. So when I pour my cement slab, I'm going to make sure that I'm 7 3/4 inches my step and 7 3/4 inches to step into the house. It really sucks when you build your garage floor and you don't think about that moment, and then you have a 3-stair course going into where you park your car. You got to remember all those little details when you build. So guys, another thing you'll have to figure out when you place your garage door. On that wall of the house, my brick stops in front and then it's siding. On that side of the garage, my brick course runs around the corner and into my entrance. Which means that that brick wall on that side is actually 5 inches longer, not according to the cement, than that side. So when I center my wall, I know I gotta be over 2.5 more inches this way. It might not look like a lot because I got a good sized course of brick on each side, but say it was an 8-foot door and you had a 10-foot wall, you'd have 9.5 inches of brick thickness on that side, and you'd have 13 on that side. I cannot find a 10-inch board. Now we're gonna make one. Hello, little rap. drilling holes through concrete? No, definitely not. So we're gonna plan for that little thing. This septic box has a little pipe sticking out of it, and she's got to go through that cement wall. So I know that we're 6 feet, and I double checked that. 6 feet. We're still a fat 6 feet. So I know that the bottom of my pipe is going to be, there's my mark. Let's go both of them because I want to do my square. There we go. So that would be the bottom of my pipe. Right there. And just to double check, that'll be the top of my pipe. Right there. I don't know if you can see that. Is the ladder in the way? Of course the ladder. Of course the ladder's in the way. So I can't talk to the ladder to tell the ladder to like get out of the way, eh? So I know in 6 feet my slope has got to be, according to plumbing specs, 1/4 inch per foot. So I got to be 1.5 inches up there. I'm also running that 4-inch pipe. I'm going to reduce it to 3-inch right here. And it'll go through a 4-inch pipe I'm putting in my cement wall when I pour my cement. So, simple math, I got to go up 1.5 inches. But first I got to calculate the bottom of my pipe minus 3 inches. Pretty simple. Stick with the bottom of the pipe. There's my pipe at 3 inch. I'll write a 3 beside it. And I know I got to go up 1.5 inches. So let's go up 1.5 inches. That would be the bottom of my pipe. And then 3 inches, that would be the top of my pipe. So there is my circle. I'm going to put a screw through at the top of my 3-inch pipe there. But the pipe I'm putting in the concrete is going to be 4-inch in case I need that extra 1/2 inch of movement for whatever reason. Let's say the pipe moves a fraction of an inch in my wall. I don't want to wreck my slope here, and I don't want to feel like chipping the living crap out of the top edge or the bottom edge or the side edge of the hole. There it is. Now I need my 4-inch, so I re-expand that hole that much on each side. There. So I put a screw at the top, reach inside, put my pipe on the screw. I'm going to put a screw in the bottom on an angle. That way I can catch the bottom of the pipe. And when I pour, of course, I'm going to pour my cement nice until the slope comes here, touch the pipe, and then I'm going to over the other side until the cement comes and touch the pipe, and then slowly dribble over the pipe. And then fill my wall up. I think there's 18-inch there. And almost 16-inch of dirt above my pipe. So there you go, guys. That's how I do it. So guys, that's what it looks like down in there. It's about 3 feet down. Just a pipe in the wall. Let's get the in there good there. So when I pour, I'll pour on this side up to the pipe, and I won't hit the pipe with the concrete. And then real quick I'll over there and then pour up until the pipe vanishes, and then I'll finish filling my wall. When I fill my wall, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a screw sticking out over there. That's my marker that I put in, so when you're pouring the wall you can see the screws in the wall. That's how you pour a house. And thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna cut this video. Thank you. About now, and then I'll do the slab and the inside gravel and the tile drain. Okay, Raph? Mama's running from a bee. Bye, Mama.
Bye, Mama.
Go give Mama a big caress.